common New Year's practice is goal setting. So how do we make those resolutions stick all year round? My next guest says utilizing the power of habits can help make personal growth more sustainable. Author and Balance Redefined founder Connie Sokol joins me. We're in girlfriend catch-up mode, right? I'm still enjoying catching up post-maternity leave with all of my dear friends. Great to see you. Happy New Year.
Thank you, you too.
She brings with her such a fabulous energy that it's contagious. We don't even have to say anything. We can just sit and look at you and your radiant glow and feel better about ourselves. But let's talk habits. What type of habits, Connie, do you think we should be setting out to make?
Well, definitely not the ones we set January 1st that are like by the wayside, you know, and not shoulds. So many women I talk to, they go, okay, it's a new year. I really should lose 20 pounds. I really should organize my life. No, those shoulds create this ceiling and low motivation. So the ones we want are the ones that are focused, they're intentional, and they resonate. They resonate with our soul, with our lives. They really are meaningful.
And that's an awesome barometer. If the word should is popping up in your habit setting or your goal setting, you might know you're not quite on the right track.
Yes, which is not, I know this is needed. It's more of like, I really should. And then you will not sustain it. You will not.
When the tick sets in. Yeah. Like you just did. Yeah, I know I should. I know I should. Well, that speaks to your first point, choice. How many of these goals or these habits that I'm setting out to accomplish did I actually choose thoughtfully?
Exactly. And this is the first step to any good habit. It's awareness. So many times we're going through our lives and we have myriad habits that we don't even consider. Some we brought from childhood, some from environment. We clean the kitchen because mom cleaned the kitchen this way. We do the yard this way because dad did the yard this way. Yeah. We're not really intentional about why we're doing what we're doing. But if we do it frequently enough and we do it intensely enough, then it becomes a part of us. So it's really who we are. So it begs the question, wow, I should step back and kind of look at what are the key habits in my life.
Okay, so as we do that, as we do an inventory, so to speak, of the habits that are currently in practice, how do we know if it's working, if it's not? Because some of those, if they're so systemic within us, we might not be able to identify that it's not a good fit for me now.
It's almost fibrous, right? Yes, I think a great simple answer to that question is it bringing you your quality of life? Is it giving you the quality of life that you want? And you know what's interesting is that I talk to women over 20 years. It's really hard for them often to define what is a good quality of life. Is this a good quality? Do I want something more? And so 3 things that I really encourage is it giving you purpose and helping you fulfill it? Is it helping you create organization? You gotta have systems that will help you pursue that and also run life in a generally, you know, optimal, smooth way. And then is it bringing you joy? Because if the habits are not ultimately getting you results and giving you joy, why are we doing them? So those are some good indicators to say, yeah, this is a habit I want to keep.
The joy question is interesting, kind of brought to trend right now by Marie Kondo, that organizer, who's asking you to ask, you know, to analyze every item in your house and say, does it spark joy? And I think some people can laugh about that, saying, well, no, my underwear drawer does not spark joy. But at the same time, it forces you into this purposeful space. And as we're talking about habits, I think that joy component is so key, right? Because we want habits that are ultimately leading us down a path of happiness and joy.
Exactly. And it's that, you know, I think people can get super intense. Does a paperclip give me joy? I mean, really. But really, at the end of the day, when we realize the control and power we have in our lives to create a life of meaning and purpose, that we just need to take minutes to sit down and go, what does that look like? What does that feel like? Already you're feeling joy. Just thinking about using your agency, your choice to create something. We are such beings of creation. So that whole joy factor has to be woven through it. And what I find, especially with women, is we wait until 9:59 at night for 2 and 3, 4 minutes of joy. And then that's our reward for the day, right?
Give me a tub of peanut butter and my Netflix show, and I got 5 minutes before bed, and I'm good. I'm good.
Lock the door. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about in the process of becoming. This habit isn't just boom, 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 I'm done, lost 20 pounds. It's this habit that brings you this feeling, not like every second because you're working it, but just this ultimate, like it's woven through your life, and there is that peace, love, and joy that comes with it, and the feeling of now, and it's yielding me that deeper fruit in the future.
I had this aha on the mothering front about a year ago, where I was going through kind of the habits, the mundane routines, right, of motherhood. But the thought that came to me is, this is it. Like these tasks and these motions, this is it. Meaning, what am I making of the habits or the routines? Like, this is my purpose. This is I'm present. I'm here. I'm doing it, and it speaks to presence, right? This pursuit of mindfulness that we're after.
Yes, and it is that mindfulness. And as we get more mindful about it, the joy comes in the simple things. In the reading a book to my 6.5-year-old, whereas when they were all little, I was like, all right, reading time's done, you know. But it's that feeling of, I am intentionally doing this. And that leads us to, okay, then what do I actually intentionally want to put my time and energy to?
You want women to be aware of what you call the domino effect of habits.
Yes.
Explain this to us.
Yeah, I've been using this for like 20 years, but I know Charles Duhigg, you know, national best-selling author, The Power of Habits. He talks about keystone habits, but it's the same thing. I call it a domino habit because of the visual. When we analyze and evaluate our lives, I mean in a good way with a lemonade, and we sit and think about it, but you look at those key habits that are either the most frequent or the most significant, that have the most impact. And I look at it as a big, extra big domino, because that domino, if we identify that one, then when we put our time, energy, money, resources to that one, then it goes psh, and all the life dominoes fall in your favor.
I like that.
So you go without having to go, I've got 52 habits now I got to focus on, because we as women cannot do that.
Right.
And the way we do
think
habits,
we can sometimes.
well,
we think
you know,
we can,
and
but
we're expected
ultimately.
to. Yeah, but we can't. And as soon as we go, I can do this in a better, happier, faster way. That's how we get more done, more meaningfully. Not because we're going faster, like as I'm running crazy, but we do it more efficiently. We do it more intentionally, and then it just goes, it's beautiful.
We hear that research point or that research result that 28 days doth a habit make, right?
Yeah.
Like if you can do it for 28 days, then check, you've got yourself a habit. But I think a lot of people are asking, well, what about days 1 through 27? Like,
That's
how
right.
do I click through those? And you say identifying obstacles is key to success.
Yes, absolutely. Because you see a lot of different research. There's 30 days, there's 31, there's 60, there's 90. What really matters is being able to, again, that resonating goal, that resonating habit that you say, I'm choosing it because it resonates in my soul. So when you identify those domino habits, you can say, is this really a habit I want? And if it is, then why am I not doing it? What's keeping me from doing that? Is it because I feel it's a should? Is it because somebody else is pressuring me to do it in a certain way? And so much of this is about approach. It's about really looking at your life and saying, I do want this habit, so why am I not pursuing it? Because it's the wrong approach. I have loved doing Zumba for years and years, and it's so fun. It energizes me, and I'm dancing. It's so fun, and nobody can see me make fun. But I found this period of life I went through, it was not making me feel good, and I couldn't figure it out. So what does a good woman do? She does it stronger, faster, harder, right?
Give me
I'll do
more.
more. And it still was not working. And then I did some series of questions that I asked women. I went through it myself, and I went, that's not what I need. I don't need something that makes me jazzed. I need something to calm me down, get toning and get soothed, and just slough off the stress of the day. I switched it to a toning routine of Ballet Beautiful and yoga at night. And I love it. And not only did my motivation return, but I am working out more than I did before because it's a joy. I love it.
Perfect
I love
example.
the feel.
Perfect example. Connie is helping women along these paths of exploration and joy all the time through your website, your program, your Instagram. How can we connect with you?
Today, I'm doing more, diving deep on this on how to create those domino habits on a free webinar. So you can sign up at ConnieSokol.com. If you love this topic, let's go deep. Let's make this happen this year. Rock your year. ConnieSokol.com.
In your corner. We'll link you over to her website from ours. Thank you. Good to see you, my friend.